So I just got off a call with just an amazing woman, and she was telling me about her pain that she'd been having for the past 17 years. And I shared with her that what was really going on in her body was that she has overactive pain pathways, and that's why none of the things that she's done have helped. And when I explained this to her, she was pissed. She was pissed that no one had ever shared this with her before. She was so upset that she had spent so much time and money that she'd said that she'd spent over $50,000 already, and it was just eating away at her. And you know what she said to me? She said, "I'm pissed that I didn't find you sooner, because this could have saved me so much stress and money and heartache and years by actually getting to the underlying issue causing the pain." And that's exactly why I do what I do, because I'm pissed too. I'm absolutely heartbroken by the hundreds of conversations that I have with women who have been fighting an uphill battle with their pain, not getting the support and guidance they need. And if you're like most of the clients that I work with, you've probably already spent thousands of dollars on this. And you're skeptical about everything, right? Maybe you're skeptical that something that isn't surgery is gonna alleviate your symptoms. Maybe you're skeptical because you bought the heating pads and the massage gun and the TENS unit that only provide minimal relief while they're on. And maybe you're skeptical because you've spent hours sitting in front of your red light therapy device, not totally sure if it's actually doing anything of value. And maybe you feel silly for spending money on those nerve regenerating supplements that promise to heal the burning pain and the numbness, but the bottle still sits half full in your bathroom cabinet. Maybe you trusted the chiropractor who told you that he could help you in 6 visits, but now it's been 6 months and his story has changed, and now he's saying that you just need more time. You just need more time. Like, when is it gonna work? And I'm sure you see the ads. I've seen the same ads. Just the other day, I saw an ad that was promoting this like vagus nerve stimulator device, claiming it would cure neuropathy, which to be honest doesn't even make the first bit of sense to me. But those things are ridiculous. Like, anything that claims that it will cure your pain 100%, all your symptoms, like, just run the other way, right? But those methods you're investing in, the truth is, these are methods that they might help someone with a sprained ankle or a pulled hamstring, but this isn't just a sprained ankle. You're not just gonna walk it off, right? This is different. This is your whole life. And these treatments, they're just wasting your time, money, and worst of all, your hope. And that's because chronic pain is different. Even the most cutting edge medical interventions, the stellate ganglion blocks, the spinal cord stimulators, and the stem cells and the PRP procedures, they don't address the problem you have involving your overactive pain pathways. And no amount of ongoing physical therapy or mindfulness or even the fanciest e-stim device is gonna change that. They don't work because they're not hitting the overactive pain pathways. And it's making you feel like you can't get any better because the focus has been on trying to get out of pain rather than looking for ways to stay out of pain. It's a very reactive approach. And it's not your fault, because we live in a culture of instant gratification where everyone wants the quick fix, the magic pill. And I don't blame you, right? So do I. I so desperately wish that I could just wave the magic wand and make all this pain go away. But all these quick fixes promising instant relief only lead to disappointment and despair. They're distractions, right? Pulling you away from what actually makes a difference long term. And if this is the first time that you're hearing your chronic pain explained this way, I'm heartbroken that it's taken you this long to find me and to learn this absolutely pivotal truth about what's happening in your body. And so I'm not saying that you shouldn't be skeptical, because with how much BS there is in the pain management world, you should be skeptical. And we're not just gonna wish that skepticism away. But when you take a more targeted and evidence-based approach by addressing your overactive pain pathways, and you start to see the slow and steady progress over time, because you now have the tools to really make an impact rather than just masking the issues, that's when your skepticism will slowly fade and it's replaced with hope for recovery. It's a beautiful thing. I see it every day where you start to realize it's possible because you can see and feel that progress rather than all this wishful thinking. But that's what it comes to, doesn't it? At some point, because you haven't been supported by your doctors, you've got to take things into your own hands. You've got to get scrappy. And so you're just out there on your own, thinking you should be able to do this all on your own, and you're not getting any professional help. What are you doing instead? You're in full-blown research mode. You're consuming all the things, all the time. Your thoughts are consumed by it. You're reading all the books, you're listening to all the podcasts, you're Googling, you're on YouTube, all the time, all the time. You're on information overload. And instead of getting professional help, you're scrolling through Facebook groups, listening to people who haven't actually solved their pain. What really happens in those support groups is you hear all these horror stories, people sharing what a nightmare it's been for them. But it only reinforces that belief that you'll never get better. I know that you're working so hard, doing all the research. You're trying to figure this all out on your own. When people like myself literally get degrees in this. I mean, talk about medical debt. I've invested over $300,000 on advanced specialty training in chronic pain and 18 years dedicated to learning and implementing what I now know about pain. I have gone through all the learning and the researching and the trial and error. I've learned from the mistakes. I've learned what works and what doesn't so that you don't have to. This doesn't have to be your full-time job. Let me do that, right? Because the amount of information, conflicting information, confusing advice, the marketing that doesn't have your best interest in mind, it is overwhelming. And the chronic pain BS is next level. So if you're out there researching, it is so overwhelming and it causes analysis paralysis, right? Information overload. We have too much information, but no plan, no strategy. It's like throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? If I try everything, something will stick, right? And so you're scared that you're going to make a mistake or that you'll miss something, or you're constantly worrying that you're doing something wrong. And so you beat yourself up. And I mean, the negative self-talk is unreal. The way you talk to yourself is very unkind. And I know this because of the hundreds of conversations I've had with women just like you. You feel like you should be able to do this all on your own. And I don't know where we get this idea, because if something in your home is broken, if your refrigerator breaks down, you hire a professional to help you, right? Because you're not a refrigerator mechanic and you're not about to study up to become one. So unless you want to make a career out of this and get your doctorate like me, you shouldn't have to do all this research yourself unless you want it to take 10 years, 10 times as long, with 10 times the heartache. Managing your pain should not feel like your full-time job. And all this effort and overwhelm, it's exhausting. And eventually you're going to start to burn out and you're going to give up and feel like it's all a lost cause. The fact that you're here at this point and you've been here for so long, that breaks my heart. I'm sorry that you've been put through this. I'm so sorry. And quite frankly, I'm shocked. I'm shocked and saddened that it took you this long for you to find me, because I could have saved you years and thousands of dollars. I'm heartbroken and pissed for you if you've used multiple things that I've listed. And I'm sorry and I'm heartbroken for you, and I wish you would have found me sooner so that I could have turned down your overactive pain pathways with you. You should be pissed if this is the first time you're hearing about this. And I mean, I'm pissed on your behalf. I have spent over $300,000 to get the level of education that I have, and you've been given no choice but to put your hopes and dreams in a TENS unit for $17 on Amazon. Like, it's no wonder you're suffering. And so now you finally have a choice. you can keep spending the $17 on the TENS machines and the overpriced orthopedic pillows and mattresses and wasting so much time doing the mindfulness work and the mind over matter wishful thinking. You can keep doing all those remedies over and over, expecting something different and regretting it later. Or you can choose to address your chronic pain for a fraction of what my client Judy spent, who has over $60,000 in medical debt, or Janessa, who had to take 8 months off of work because she had surgery that didn't actually even help in the slightest, and instead just get to what does work. And so I'm giving you an opportunity to start this conversation with me about this. I get that you're skeptical, but if you can just put that skepticism aside for 45 minutes on a free phone call with me so we can look at your pain and everything that you've been doing, I can provide you with an assessment, right? This is an opportunity where I know, at the very least, I'll be able to tell you what's going on and why nothing has helped you and what you need to beat your pain. And at the most, I'll help you do it and it will change your life. So I will leave the link. You can find a time on my calendar. Go ahead and book that call, and I look forward to talking to you soon.